Welcome, 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 folks, to Returners Hideout number 329. The Courier Carrier, baby. We are back. We are back. We're going to turn this down a tiny bit. Whoa, not that much bit. No, we need the jams. No, we need the jams. No, there we go. How about that right there? That's good. Oh, folks, how's it going? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. We are back. And we have more Final Fantasy trading card game action to dive into, to see what people have been up to. We're 2 weeks or so, 1 week officially, 2 weeks unofficially, into the release here of Dreamlike Oceans. We've got all kinds of new fun decks people are playing. We had a Masters tournament over in Japan, so there's actually some like meta results from this set already. All kinds of interesting things going on, so will be very cool to see what players are up to tonight. The last few weeks we've had some crystals decks getting popular. I don't think that's a surprise with the rise of Kadaj and the Remnants and all the FF7 crystal stuff. And we've definitely seen a lot of people interested in trying out different. Last week was a lot of people trying out MBM. So the first week we didn't have a lot of that, but last week we had like 3 or 4 different people on MBM decks. So it'll be interesting to see what people are up to this week. If there's more of that, or if people are trying some other things out. Mayhung, what's going on? RBX Sire, howdy, howdy. Good day, good day. Alright. Let's hop into a game, shall we? Table 1 seems saucy. Let's go. What's going on at Table 1? Who's playing even? Oh, Greg versus JR. That's a great game. That's a great game. Let's get that on the screen for you folks. Oh, and it looks like we got to a game that has not even yet started. They've just played the first card, so it's perfect. Perfect for us. Okay, card number 1. Is this a Crystal Boy? Crystal Dragoon. Maybe a Bard's deck, maybe a Crystal deck. Unlikely to be a Dragoon's deck. Probably one of the only Dragoons that you play, and and definitely aren't playing a Dragoon deck. Totally lost track of time and forgot to potentially sign up. No! Well, you know what? The best part about a weekly event is it happens every week. We've got you on the swing back. Alright. Ooh, a little sloppy loppy. Oh, and we see the lightning here. Do we see an MBM character? No, just lightning and Kukulane so far. So it could be any water lightning deck, but there've been a lot of MBM players out here on these streets. Spirit is okay. We're doing cool crystal stuff here. I like that. Cool to see these guys finally get some attention. Like, finally, crystals are good enough that the crystal support is worth playing. And so that's nice to see cards like Spiritus get their due. I got tagged by what? Octagon set of health. Is there an image pack that has all the previous opuses? Should be... One sec. Sorry guys, just getting somebody image pack for all prior sets. Alright, there we go. That should be updated, June. Good call there. Alright, sorry, back to the game. Had to get the image pack sorted for one of the players to pass off to somebody, I think. Alright. Oh, you know what it is? They might be missing, like, really old cards. Somebody might be playing, like... I wonder if June is playing against somebody playing, like, Gull Wings right now, and they're getting Opus 6 cards played against them. We'll see. Alright, so we've got Loprit, who is, setting up, of course, Oriange says, this is mostly mono, but we've got a little wink of lightning in there. So this might still be... Dude, Greg was talking about trying to do some cool Olmia stuff. This may be that deck. Yeah, I see the 6-drop Ash and I see the Olmia, so I think this is that deck he was talking about. I like this idea. It's mostly because I am addicted to 6 CP Ash. So, like, being able to do cool and different things with my deck that isn't just mono water, but also still get to play one of my favorite cards at full strength is a cool idea to me. So yeah, this is like a mono water lean, but with the Urianger down, he can kind of tap into, quite literally, lightning element and play some of these cards like Olmia and Odin, and I think Koan is cool because it helps you get the Urianger set up by just pitching a different lightning card you draw to hand from hand. Yeah, so we weren't sure what kind of water lightning deck it was going to be when we started, and it turns out it's more of a mono water lean, but it definitely is still very much water lightning, taking advantage of both elements. Now, what does the new Olmia do? Because that's what I was talking about, kind of being one of the things he's interested in here. Olmia lets you just search for that character of cost 6 or more, so you can go ahead and just search for the Ash, which is cool, and add it to your hand. Then you can choose a forward of cost 6 or more against haste until the end of the turn. You can only use this ability during your turn, only once per turn. So you get the Ash, you play it, it kills something, and then you haste it, and she deals damage. And forward pressure is always something that water is happy to have, because it does not get a lot of it naturally. Alright, so speaking of the, wait, so that's kind of funny, dude. These are all 14 characters. Hold on, I was looking at the, I was looking at this chat and completely missed. So, Zoral Jaw comes in. If you control 4 or more category 14 characters, he gains plus 2,000 power and haste. And he has it, because Alchemist, Thornton, Oriandra, and Lopper are all 14 backups. This is clever. And when he attacks, choose a forward opponent controls and break it, dude. This is very neat. I love this, Greg. Yazoo's coming in, removing a remnant in the break zone. Now, we will get the ability to dull and freeze a character, which we're probably going to use immediately on Zoral Jaw here. So this looks like a wind ice. We're finally seeing the ice element rear its head here. Wind ice Final Fantasy VII. Which has a, yeah, exactly. It generates a lot of crystals. Thankfully, this Yazoo here, he's only once per turn. Otherwise, you know, say goodbye to all of your characters, as we're going to just lock them down for the rest of the game. No, he is able to lock down the forward. I think you can also only use it on your turn. Let me double check. Oh, this is Kadaj, actually. But Yazoo, yeah. Only during your turn, only once per turn. So we could actually Yazoo to freeze one of the backups, and then Kadaj can return the Zoral Jaw to hand, but I don't know if that's as worth it, because the Zoral Jaw has that haste. He's able to come down and just kind of do his thing. I don't know, maybe. We got so many damn crystals now, because... Oh, well, you know what? We return it to hand. Well, no, Greg has... He has 2 cards in his hand. So when we return it to hand, it would be returning a third card. So then when Kadash triggers at the end of the turn, he would get to keep his best card. But right now, as it stands, if we don't bother using Kadash to kill that guy, we just freeze it here. Then at the end of the turn, Kadash trigger will discard 2 cards from Greg's hand and then we get all the cards from his hand. And getting 100% of the cards in his hand is so much stronger than getting everything except 1 card from his hand. Because the card he keeps is always going to be his best card. So we're going to pocket 5 crystals and just pass it over to Greg here. Oh, an Arabea, dude. Greg is keeping the pressure on. It comes in with RNA and just targets the Yazoo to blow it up and says, I don't want that dull freeze my character shit to be keeping down my forwards, because his forwards actually have pretty strong on attack effects, or just those really nice big bodies, so swinging with them is always preferred. You've got the 9k RNA who's got the first strike, blew up the thing when she came in. The thing is, Greg kind of had to play off the top, right? Because Kadash took those 2 cards away from him at the end of the turn. Happy Wednesday. Yes, happy Wednesday. Sorry, I just saw that one from the old YouTube chat. It is a happy Wednesday indeed. I'm just finishing shoveling my pasta dinner into my mouth so that I don't have to be rude anymore and I can actually just talk to you guys the whole time. I always time this poorly. Alright, we had more than enough crystals to resolve Bart's. Bart's finds a backup that's going to develop another crystal for us and adds a potato summon to our hand. It's not bad. A dull forward of cost 3 or less to break and draw a card. We get to, or not, no, sorry, you don't get to draw a card off of that ability. Draw a card is like the second one. Just break it. But yeah, we can break the Zoral Jaw here. Easy. That's pretty good. Alright, I'll be right back 1 second. Gamers gaming. Oh, we're back, folks. Luna Freya doing the thing, a little Luna Freya. Alright, where were we? We were admiring Greg's Final Fantasy 14 mono water with lightning in a deck. Which I'm admiring anyway. Yoof! Yuvian Kadaj said high win resolving, getting 2 Final Fantasy 7 characters, and man, if his options didn't get a whole lot better this set, man. He got a lot of really interesting things to find. And being able to go get 2 remnants is just so strong too. Just knowing like, oh, I just got 2 forwards I could develop. They give me 4 crystals and have all those powerful abilities to use. Very cool stuff. Bart's, one of the nice things about this guy is that he has a chunky body. So turning sideways for the 9K, we did get an EX Lena off the first one. Opted not to use it, I think, so that we didn't get the random discard off Sid Waff, man. Sid Waff, what a good card. Hey, Mr. Tempest, what's going on? Good to see you, brother. Alright, we've got the Lena, the first not Final Fantasy 14 backup to enter the lineup here. It's a good one. Lena, of course, giving you that draw every time your opponent hits an EX burst, but even better than that, has that raise ability to get play that forward back in your discard pile, 3 or less. Plenty of really good forwards to play with that. But Greg, playing the Lena and not having a whole lot else to do here. I mean, the Kadaj attacking the turns the hand a couple turns ago is brutal. We were able to get rid of it, but we don't have a lot to do after that. Looking for another 3-drop here. Let's see what it's going to be. We got a Zalul. No, it's a Lopper and a Larsa, so it's got to be mono water, whatever it is. We're leaving that lightning up. 3 CP for what? We're looking at the deck? We're looking at the limit break deck. Oh, we were considering a Leo. Yikes. But you hate to see it. He doesn't want to do nothing, I get it. Especially because you're sitting here playing against these decks nowadays, you got to consider, like, they're going to go find a Kadaj and play it, and then they're going to end their turn, and I'm just going to have the reality of, like, I'm going to be staring down this, Remnant guy. And they're going to be discarding 2 cards from my hand at the end of the turn. And there's not a whole lot I can do about it. I'm just passing it there, yeah. Saying go ahead and we'll put the action on JR. It doesn't feel great to take that turn kind of off. Like, we're even going to chump block the Barts here with the Ludifray to try to not just take even more to the dome. The Yuffie's got an interesting stack of abilities here we could look at. So, we got to remove 2 cards of the opponent's break zone to get 2 crystals when she enters. Then we get to give her, like, she can get either hexproof or we can give her haste. So the turn that she comes in, you can pay that crystal. She's already been hanging out, so she'll just get to attack here. You can give her, use 1 crystal that says she can't be chosen by abilities till the end of the turn, and 2 crystals to just choose a forward and nuke it for 8k, which feels pretty good. Olmia going to damage here. Greg's probably annoyed to see that because this is kind of the payoff line, right? He wants to find that card, play it off the Oriandra, go get the Ash, use the Ash to kill his problem cards on the other side of the table. But we see actually 2 Olmias in the discard pile and 1 in damage, means that she is not going to be doing anything this game. Since Olmia also does not have any synergy with Lena, unfortunately. Yuffie the Yu-Gi-Oh card? Yeah, why? Just because she's got 3 different things she can do on her? I guess 4 abilities. That's fair, that's fair. Oh, 5CP Odin the long way, dude. Oh. I mean, you either do it and kill him or you're going to lose the cards anyway, right? So we spend the cards to kill Kadaj. It's 1 extra card than we would have lost without killing him, and then he would still be sitting there on the table. A menace, I say. So, of course, we're going to dispense justice with Odin and drive that blade straight through Kadaj's wicked heart. He'll be back. He'll be back. Alright, lightning. There's dual element lightning. Another, just really cool to see the Oriandra being able to tap for that lightning element here. Oh, look, it's mono water. No, it's not. Tap your forward. Here comes lightning. Able to draw that card off the play, which also helps Greg extend what is otherwise a pretty poor set of options here, since he's been kind of stuck with his the Kadaj just ripping those resources out of his hand. Yeah, man, I wonder what Irving's going to be up to tonight. I'm sure he's doing crystal stuff too, and very interesting to just see all the cards that used to spend crystals for things. Suddenly, the rates seem a lot better when it's so much easier to generate them. I mean, look, we're right back up to another 4 over here, despite having already spent plenty. Oh my god, we've got Big Boy Thancred in here too, dude. Hell yeah. Another Final Fantasy 14 character doing the thing. Oh, and another card that I guess can only search for 6 or more. Yeah, wow. Search for 6 or more. You can get the Thancred. That's kind of cool. I'm kind of into this shit, dude. Yeah, Ash. Try to kill the Barts here. Successfully kill the Barts here. Yeah, it's pretty cool from Greg. Actually, quite a lot of lightning cards as we go through his discard pile. Many Odins, Arnes, and things with an EX in the corner if he can help it. Yeah, we even see this Alize enter the field here. And all of a sudden, Greg's got a lot of cool forwards, a lot of board presence. And we do hit the Titus EX now. We could put one of these cards back into Greg's hand, which doesn't feel great on any of them. I guess the Alize is the least bad. Oh, we're going to put the lightning back. It's interesting. Oh, you know what? Maybe we're going to be able to pull off a Kadaj. No. 2 active backups, 2 cards in hand. Yeah, maybe he's taking Maybe he's thinking that one back. Because not only do you put the lightning in his hand, but he also draws a card with the Lena. Is it really worth that? And then the lightning can come in, and she's still able to attack the way she is right now, but she dulls your blocker? Like, I don't know about that. I think maybe you have to let that go. Yeah, we're gonna let that go. That's smart. Hey, it's weird. It's not what you would normally think is the right call in that situation, but... Oh, I just realized I typed the names in and I never did the thing. There you go. But yeah, it's I think the right call here. I think what JR is worried about is right to be worried about. Giving all those cards back to Greg and effectively just protecting his lightning from something you might do in main 2 that's a real proper form of removal, and giving him back a way to use the lightning in a way that's going to be really annoying for you next turn. So it looks like this is our last table of round 1. At table 3, June got a 7-5 over Brian. At table 2, Kurt took a 7-1 over Connor. If you guys have been playing this list of locals, I might try a Fire Wind Crystals. I like Fire Wind Crystals. I mean, I played Fire Wind Crystals at Nats, man. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff in the element combination. Namely, just access to Cyan and Vaughn as board wipes is very interesting. But there's a lot of Final Fantasy VII angle to the Fire Wind stuff now, which is cool too. Granted, the remnants are nice. That's true. It's true. Hello, chat from Mr. Kurt. What's going on, brother? Congratulations on your victory. Crystals! You sure did, Irving. Look at what's happening on the table here. Your people. They're waiting for their king. Lead them. Amen, that's right. Crystal believers. Hey, I'm a crystal believer. Literally, your performance on crystals set me down the path to play crystals for nationals, man. I'm starting to believe, even though I lost. Ice, whatever. I mean, the remnants really do. I think it's really easy. When times are good with crystals decks, times are good. You've got crystals flowing. It feels like you're spending them as fast as you're getting them. You've got all kinds of awesome things popping off, and you feel like you've got like all these extra resources in your pocket. When times are bad for crystal decks, man, it feels so bad. You've got no crystals, and you've got a bunch of cards in your hand that do half of what they're supposed to do. And it feels like you're starved for crystals, and no matter what you do, you're always spending them the second you get them, and you're never going to see 5 crystals again. I think the remnants really, really help put the thumb on the scale as far as things that are really cheap to play, easy to search and find, and they give you the rate is great for crystals. They give you 2 crystals and an option to spend them immediately on something relevant. So I think the fact that you don't have to play like a Lucio and then go to combat and do this whole weird search thing just to get like the 2 crystal bump, you can actually just play one of these cards that's good on its own, get the 2 crystal bump, and you're just accelerating your crystal gain by so much with these guys. Like a Sid Highwind searches 4 crystals out of your deck, and the 2 actionable plays. Very, very good. Fire Ice crystals tonight. Alright, yeah, I'm excited to see that, man. There's just so many potential combos for it. I just think they're neat. We are kookalaning Youfalane here. Kook the Youth. Coo the U, that's better, huh? A real Advent Children deck, that's right. Hey, the new Fire Cloud is like original art or something. It's not Advent Children. Same for Tifa, right? Oh, I guess it is the characters, and he is Stripe Delivery Service, isn't he? You're right. You're right. You're right. Kookalane on the youth. Come on, we're still here. We're still on Coo the U. Folks. Crystal Cup, Materia Cup information will be coming soon. I can't wait. I'm excited. What are we saying over here on YouTube? New Barrett is so good. I'll tell you what, man. I wasn't super sure how I felt about him, and I played him one time in one of our coffee and bullshit sessions on Sunday, and I really liked him. It sure is a pretty decent guy, man. Just killed 2 dudes, gained 2 crisps. We like New Barrett. We like New Barrett here. We saw somebody playing him to great effect last week as well, and I bet we're going to see a little bit more of him in Irving's game. The sources trust me, bro. Since when do you not trust me, brother? You should trust. It is trust. Okay, look. Hey, all right. Here's what we're gonna say. It is trust me, bro. But I don't think have I ever said trust me, bro, about like some kind of official newsy thing and been lying. of the people who are likely to be wrong, am I at the top of the list or am I closer to the bottom? You ask yourself that question, and I don't really care if you believe me or not. You can make that determination for yourself. But I think that you should be excited when I say there's stuff to be excited about. But that's just because I'm excited. Sid Highwind and all the boys, we're paying for a big old... It's time for the Dodge. We need Kadaj to come down. We need him to snap Zarul Jah in half. And then we need... I guess we really want more than one. Maybe he's not even the best remnant in this situation because Greg actually has no cards in his hand. I'm just sitting there thinking, oh, Kadaj comes down, he puts all this pressure on, and he can start removing these guys. But I don't know, man. I mean, honestly, if we could get the Yazoo out, that's good too because we could just keep freezing these forwards down. When Greg has no cards in hand... Oh, Seymour's damn good. Seymour is good. Seymour going to be a dull freezing... Gonna be dull freezing both of those forwards like we were just talking about. That's pretty good. He's actually opting for a backup in the forward. He's going for the Urianger backup to lock out the lightning element, which is clever. That's right, you gotta believe. That's right, Irving, exactly. Bringing back an Opus 4 card. Hell yeah, brother. I love Opus 4. The Final Fantasy 6 set. And Monsters. They introduced Monsters and Final Fantasy VI to the game. It was also the first set with a pre-release in Final Fantasy TCG. Digital cookie to the first person who can tell me what the special thing that came in the pre-release kit for Opus 4 was. Not the card, but like the additional thing they gave you. It was only in that set. It was unique to Opus 4. And to this day, if you've got one of these on your table, I can spot it from like a mile away, and I know that it's the die from this thing. And there's a really funny story about the Magic the Gathering set. I think that kind of relates to it. Dice? What kind of... Dude, what do you mean? You gotta be more specific. What kind of dice? Yeah, we didn't have freeze tokens. Freeze tokens also were technically... We're actually giving out in EU, but funny story about, I think, that their like lack of actually being like agreed to be printed, but they were printed anyway, and then, you know, what are you gonna do? You can't put the cat back in the bag type of deal. But yeah, no, freeze tokens were never widely distributed because they were never meant to be a thing. So very specifically, in the Opus 4 pre-release kit, it was a blue 10-sided die, D10. A blue D10 that looks like a crystal. Now, what's funny about this is this blue D10 from the Opus 4 pre-release does not have any kind of markings on it whatsoever, right? It's just this, it's got this really unique light blue, and it's kind of got this like glitter like pattern, this pearlescence to it, so that it kind of has like that shimmer of a crystal. I think it's so troll that when the Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy set came out in the pre-release, they literally gave out a die that is a D10 in Magic, a game that does not use D10s, right? Because it kind of looks like a crystal. It's literally the same shape, it's the same color, it's slightly different color, but it's almost the same color, the same look, except it has like the Magic crystal logo on it. It's kind of a little bit of a funny like slap in the face kind of thing, whether intentional or not, but it is. I think that's pretty funny that they just copied the thing that came in the Final Fantasy TCG pre-release kit. But the Final Fantasy TCG one actually has no marking or identifying feature on it whatsoever. You just have to know that that's the one. That's exactly the one. I've got a couple of them in on my dining room table, which I say dining room table as if you guys, that makes it sound like it's ever actively used for dining. It's pretty much my gaming room table. That thing's covered in playmats and used for games. Alright, so here's the thing about Seymour. Seymour, when he doesn't get it taken out, can lock it down, man. And the thing that's surprising is, you know, Greg's running around with all these removals that water doesn't normally have. Like, mono water isn't normally packing things like Zaruja, Aranea, and all of these Odins. However, Greg's been making the decision, or sorry, not Greg, JR's been making the decision to keep the lightning tapping backup frozen as well as the Ash. So not being able to replay a second or third Ash when we don't see any Ash in damage or discard is probably crippling Greg. Greg's almost certainly got an Ash in his hand. If not, he's got 2 dead cards to draw in his deck as long as that Ash stays frozen on the field. And Ash is one of the best answers to just removing a Seymour, so it's really annoying that one of your best answers is not playable and is stuck down sideways on the field there. But the Urianger also getting locked down like that means we actually just might not be able to play most of these lightning cards if we don't just draw enough lightning cards to also cast another. So we're actually just choosing the like I'm gonna race you tactic here. We're gonna play lightning to dull the Seymour, draw a card, then we're gonna attack with Leo, I guess, or because, you know, attacking with Leo puts him at 4, and then we try to threaten, like, I'm going to kill you in 2 turns if you don't do something right now. But let's not forget that we're not freezing the Seymour, we're not killing the Seymour, and almost certainly, like, the Yuffie has haste, man. Like, there's things that have haste in here, and we're just going to get killed. It is time in the round, but if this isn't over in a 1 turn, I'm going to be shocked. but I will call. We just got there right now, brother. No time, lol. 8 o'clock right now. Alright, we've got Kadaj coming down, and Kadaj is not an attacker, not a hasty guy. Wait, we played... Oh, I missed this. So this was actually really clever, sorry. He used Lena to bring the lightning in on JR's turn and dull the Seymour. I was like, oh, he's just gonna dull this and attack for 1 more point of damage on his turn? That's weird. But no, I'm sorry, I was mistaken. He was using this to dull... This was a very good play. Uses the lightning to dull Seymour, so Seymour doesn't get to attack and trigger, so we get the lightning back up freed. We get the Ash free. Yeah, I'm sorry, I totally had that backwards. I thought he was like... I was like, huh, this is weird. Like, I guess you're just trying to do anything you can on your turn and maybe you die on the crackback. No, it's the other way around. It's reducing the effectiveness of the Seymour turn with very few resources. So that's actually a really smart play here from Greg. And now, what the fuck? Okay. And Fail Thanos is here. What did we discard to do that? I wonder what's left in our limit break deck over here. Sure, I mean, hey, here's Fail Thanos. I guess, you know, your Seymour and your Kadaj can't do anything. I mean, except attack. So you have 3 attackers. You need the Yuffie. We need Yuffie and then Spiritus, and then I think we clear, right? Because he's at 5 damage, so he can chump, or he can soak 1. Then he has to start chumping. Then he's got an easy chump here. He's happy to lose the Ash, so he could play another one that's like probably clogging up his hand. So, I mean, you attack the 9s in, because if he trades with the Fail Thanos, it's something it's like he can't really afford to do. And like block the first one with the Ash, you can... You know, it sucks. Like, so maybe you attack the Kadaj first, see if he'll trade the Ash for it. Seymour for Fail Thanos. If he does block Fail Thanos, you pump. Oh, actually, let's see. Can this... Is this your own guy? Never mind. This is choose 1 forward, so you pump his Fail Thanos, so you don't want to pump. It's not choose a forward you control. Yeah, you just start swinging your 9s at him, right? I mean, it sucks because you... Like, you have 4 damage left to take. But he can only take one of these and then chump 1 guy. So, like, if you swing twice, you're either getting kills... Or you're, Interesting. You swing twice, you're either getting kills or you're clearing. And then he's got to come back for 4, so if you clear even 1 guy, right? I wouldn't have done this yet. I would have attacked with Kadaj. There's no cards in his hand. You get a free point of damage, or he blocks with the thing, right? Made the LBB vanilla? Yeah, but he just is trying to play... He's just trying to play bodies. Guessing he doesn't realize Fail Thanos' effect. No, I think he does. I think he played it, understands like he has to target this guy and it cancels it. But I think he's maybe not even gonna attack through this turn. I think he's just like getting bods out because he's got to go over him. I gotta see what turn we're on now because I told them time. I guess I lied. I said this game's not gonna go however many turns, and then my man Windmill slammed a Fail Thanos on the table. I typed turn 0. That was turn 1. This was turn 2. A reminder, this is T2. I typed reminder, this is turn 2. Yeah, right, so Fail Thanos is here. He's not going to block with Fail Thanos. You attack with Kadaj. Maybe he trades Ash, but he probably takes 1 damage. Then you attack with Seymour, and you trigger my, you know, if you want my next summons free, or, oh, okay. Well, you can only give him haste, and you don't want to give Fail Thanos even more power. Don't do that. Whatever you do, just don't pick all of them. So selecting to remove 2 and then giving him haste, I assume? No, why would you? You don't have to do that. Why would you do that? That's just gonna also pump the Fail Thanos. And this is just canceling. I don't think he understands how this is working. It's just gonna cancel the effect. Yeah. Canceled. It does cancel. Yeah, these all get canceled. That's why I don't understand why. Oh, you're saying the +2 cancels it too. Yeah, that's fact. It does also cancel the buff, that's true. So he doesn't get the +5k, he just gets chosen and cancels it, yes. So I don't know where the 11's from there. For a card we long dismissed, it sure sees a fair bit of play. Well, no. I would like to be very clear. I am absolutely still dismissing this card. And it sees play for the same reason it's always seen play. People think that it will, you know, be good. I would like to be very clear. Because all you do is you just attack, bro. Like, you just attack. It's crazy that it's that simple. Watch. He's literally doing it right now. He's just attacking. You just attack. Watch, here he comes. 9. Ready? It looks a lot like this. Do you block here? Or do you take this damage? Oh, we blocked with the lightning. Yeah, okay. So then you attack with Kadaj. Right? Like, see what's happening? This cost us so much and didn't do anything. So now, I mean, I guess it did technically stop him from just like dulling things and winning, but we just are winning slower. Like, what would happen is like, okay, so I'm surprised he should have just attacked again. Attack with this. He blocks and loses another one of these things or loses this, and then guess what? He can't kill you. Because right now he can technically kill you if he played the lightning. Lightning dulls a guy in attacks, so like somehow he got rid of all these things. He could have 4 attackers. Like you just attack again. He either takes one, he does one of these blocks, then you can, you know, it's just like you're just putting pressure on him. You just attack over him. I mean, the game's over now. This is turn 3. But you just attack this guy, man. So you just attack through him, over him. 2-3. All right. Also the kind of guy that like, you know, we're out of time, so like he stalls the game out, but like we gotta win. All right, well we did the thing. We got to play lightning again here. So she'll dull somebody. But I mean, yeah. So we dull Kadaj, and then we're afraid to attack because we lose on the crackback. Right? Like that's the world we're in. Realistically. Just free play with Zonde. What are we free playing? Oh, are you saying we free play the Fail Finals with Zonde? Is this the same game? It sure is. It sure is the slowest +3 of our lives, bro. Time to get out the stopwatch. These guys are getting warned. They're getting put on the clock. The best part of this is that this game won't reach a resolution this turn. I'm just kidding. Never mind, it will, dude. I lied. I lied. I'm like, this game won't reach a resolution this turn. My man slams Zarul Jah on the fucking table with Thancred. Yes, it will actually end this turn. My man's gonna attack and break 2 forwards. Holy shit, dude. Okay, okay, here we go. Oh, I guess actually the game will be ending this turn. Joke's on me. Okay, yeah, attack phase. You have no cards in hand and everything's tapped out. Okay. Attack with my Zarul Jah. He has 4 more Final Fantasy 14 characters, and he has 4 Final Fantasy 14 backups. Plus Thancred Zarul Jah. Attacking with Final Thanos first is interesting. What do we... Que? Oh, he's attacking with Fail Thanos first. Oh, never mind. It's not interesting. It's genius. I'm sorry. He's attacking with Fail Thanos first to stop this guy from bouncing the thing back to his hand. It doesn't really matter though. It's not genius because we don't need this card. We could have just attacked with this and then Kadaj can use that in response and who cares? This guy comes back to our hand and he still breaks 2 forwards and then we continue to attack. It doesn't really matter. We're doing this this is like, you know how they say, like TSA is security theater, dude? This is like security theater, dude. We're pretending that this Fail Thanos mattered. Oh, we turned him sideways so that the Kadaj could, it doesn't matter. Imagine we just attack with this. Choose 2 guys. Kadaj bounces back to our hand. Okay, those guys are dead. Next, attack. 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 Good game, good game, good game. Then attack with him. Look at this, Marsh is in here. I would have liked to see that, dude. Alright, good game. Good game. Well played. Long last few turns. Let's get the results in, and then let's pair the next round. Sorry about the folks who were waiting for that one, but it was good TV. It was good TV! Was Kadaj blanked or something? My man Fail Thanos was there. So Fail Thanos cancels his ability. Let's see, where are we going next, folks? Oh my goodness, I just saw this message. Oh god, hello, shoutouts to the Warks and Quiz of the world. We're moving on to the next round, finally here. Folks, it's now been 2 weeks of Dreamlake Oceans. What are your favorite cards from the new set? What have you guys enjoyed? I heard that Gullwings has been doing some crazy shit over in Japan. Like, I heard that in the Masters tournament, 11 of the decks at the tournament, out of like 70-something players, were Gullwings variants. The Works and Orquez. Yes, yes, yes. Good to see you. Welcome to stream, Kato. Alright, we are pairing round 2 of 3. I'm really liking this crystal action. I think I want to see what Irving is playing this next round, because Officer Diaz, dude, the muscle himself will be playing his Crystal Brew, and he had the buy round 1, so you got it. He's torqued up. He's got to be ready. Alright, table 1, Greg got it 7-5 over JR. Table 2, Connor got it, or sorry, Kurt got it 7-1 over Connor. Sorry, Connor. And then table 3, June 7-5 over Brian. Next round. Brian, see, I'm so sorry, King, to send you to the bye round, but you know what? You get to hang out here with us in chat. I can't believe that one. I can't believe it took a whole hour. All right, we're up. We're up with pairings for round 2. Players can begin when they are ready. Hop on in to the tables. We are going to go. Oh man, Irving's playing against Greg though. We just watched Greg's Mono Water thing. We didn't get to see Kurt or June. So as much as I want to see what Officer Diaz is up to, slinging those crystals all over the place. Sorry, the ex-officer, retired Officer Diaz. Is it one of those things like a doctor or professor or whatever? He's just officer forever now. But let's actually tune in. I would like to see Kurt versus June, and then maybe we'll have time to pop over to Irving's game. If it's anything like the game we just watched, we'll have plenty of time to hop over to Greg's second match of the day. Boom, boom. You'll send me the deck list? Alright, brother. I'd like to see. Fail Thanos the GOAT. He absolutely... absolutely not. Absolutely not. Gullwings is good against Wall 7 type shenanigans. Yeah, man. Tell me about it. Who you guys trying to... Look, everybody's like, wow, Hexproof is good. Of course it is, brother. That's what we've been doing. That's what we've been doing. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Alright, table 1. Let's pop it open. Also, Mr. Titans, welcome to stream. Good to see you. I saw you ask a question earlier. I answered you quickly, didn't even say howdy. Right? Irving just says, nope. Like, he's no longer Officer Diaz. That's fair. Just Mr. We left that man behind. I'm not him. I'm not him. Okay, get into the live. Sorry, I didn't go anywhere exciting and ambushable in Vanadil today. You know what? Here, I'll exit to Rulude before the next thing. Not that you could go be wherever you want to be, but I know that's fun. All right. What are we watching here? I gotta get these names are wrong, guys. You gotta hold me accountable for this kind of crap. All right. I see a Moogle. How many Moogles are in this deck? If I see a Mog 6, I'm gonna clap. I hope this is just an absolute Google of Moogles here. I know with all the new MBM cards that Moogles is actually looking like it's looking interesting as an archetype, and I'm here for it. Okay, no, but this is Aldo, bro. Final Fantasy XI players rejoice. The leader of the Tenshoto is here. Aldo is doing the thing he does best. He is searching for a Final Fantasy... Oh, no, sorry. He's searching the deck for a Lightning forward, but he did, in fact, find a Final Fantasy XI forward. We're getting the new Olmia. This is pretty cool. So when Olmia enters the field, she searches for a character of cost 6 or more and adds it to our hand. We saw Greg playing a little bit with this card tonight as well, doing stuff with the Ash and Mono Water, but this is actually looking like... This is actually looking like it is going to be more lightning angled. Let's see. Okay, I've got the name fixed there. And then let's fix name number 2. This is going to be June versus Kurt. Alright. I'll fix that for you guys. There you go. Proper names. Proper names. Alright, Olmia going ahead. Very cool. And it looks like MBM is on the other side of the table. So talking about Moogles, we're going to have a whole lot of them on the table this round. Mont Blanc plays a MBM character of 3 or less from the hand onto the field. Looks like we played Gertie. And then Balthier also is here. And just we're going in quick, and we're starting things very aggressively from Kurt's side of the table. MBM is looking like is a deck that is going to be popular for this whole set here. I think it's easy to put together. I think it's got a lot of soiree energy, but I think it does some really fun and cool things. I think it has some lines that are really fun to play. Alright, I see that you sent me this message, Brian. I'll take a look at it later. I want to give it a real look. I don't want to like glance at it and, you know, I'll see what we're cooking. Any ridiculousness happen yet? Well, we had a really, really long round 1 due to a pretty stalematey end game for a mono water, quote unquote, but that actually has like 20 lightning cards in it deck. Some really interesting stuff going on there where he was using all water Final Fantasy XIV backups, and it was actually powering up Zarul Jah, and we were taking advantage of Urianger being able to tap for both elements to kind of do like a faux multi-element thing with a mono shell. That's pretty neat. Then we've seen some cool crystal stuff, but holy fuck, we're about to see Wendigos! Oh my god! The Wendigo deck! Dude, Irving, you have another friend, another Wendigo player. Okay, so let's talk about what we've just seen. We'll get to Lightning in a second. First are the Wendigos. These guys are from the last set. You can play 2 or more card Wendigos on the field, so that's the interesting thing about them is they're like one of the only cards designed to be able to be played together without the multiplay symbol. When Wendigo enters the field, you search for up to 2 card-named Wendigos, play them onto the field dull, and then when the Wendigo enters the field due to your cast, you can play all the Wendigos from your break zone on the field dull. So basically, it makes sure that whenever you cast your first Wendigo, or any Wendigo really, you get to play all of them from no matter where they are, whether they're in the deck or the discard pile. So you just shit out 3 Wendigos immediately, and that's exactly what's happening here. Then we've got Lightning, who she adds the top 5 cards of your deck to your hand and is looking for any Lightnings or Odins. And then this thing is, when you attack, you can just pitch Lightnings or Odins from your hand. Or sorry, you can pitch any card from your hand to discard and break the forward. And then you also draw the card back if it's Lightning or Odin. So the cool thing about this Lightning is now she comes down to the table and she just starts attacking and clearing the way if there were any like blockers. And you can basically do this to clear the way as long as you have any cards in your hand at all. And then the Wendigos are just just popping off, having the way cleared for them. So we've already got our opponent up to 4 damage. Now we did hit Leviathan, which did return one of those Wendigos back to our hand. But I think, honestly, returning the Wendigo to hand is kind of scary. If we did do anything to clear these other Wendigos, it's just 3 Wendigos are back. So how do we deal with the Wendigos? This is going to be an interesting thing to solve here for MBM. Yeah, speaking of ridiculousness, yeah, I guess they were waiting for you to join, brother. They were waiting for you to get here. And things got a little crazy. So Pinello, I mean, we're just gonna sack the Wendigos, right? Because then we're gonna play Wendigo from our hand, and we're gonna play 2 more from the break zone on the field. Like, so we're chilling. All 3 come back next turn. The Wendigos are really cool. Yeah, some ridiculousness for sure. Emo Temp is laughing over there from the YouTube side of things, brother. I tell you, this is just like Wendigos, absolutely always entertaining, man. What a fun card concept. I mean, I've only seen Irving play this like twice, and that's all I've ever seen of Wendigo. So I'm here for it. I'm really excited about this deck. This is like the week of my dreams, dude, because you've got crystals, you've got Wendigos. It's getting crazy out here, man. Are you already back? Is your game already done? I was hoping to get to pop over to your match. Oh no, you're still cooking. You're still cooking. Alright, what do we got? In a world full of Wendigo... In the Wendigo world. In a Wendigo world. So June... Oh, June's just looking at the Limit Break deck over and over. I was like, what is June doing? Kurt plays the Pinello and he took the... Fran. Move the rest of the bottom of the deck. I mean, that makes sense. I love this art style, by the way. I think I'm going to probably say this once a week, everybody, but Ryoma Ito is one of my favorite artists to contribute art for Final Fantasy TCG. I really love a lot of the original art that they do for the Final Fantasy XI characters, specifically, because Final Fantasy XI characters don't really get new art, like, especially not in the year of our Lord 2026. They don't get new and original art, so it's always cool to see, like, the Olmia has been really neat. And Ryoma Ito is the one who did like the Prish and Shantoto playmat for Nats that one year and everything. So even though this is kind of a more cartoony art, like this little Vaughn and this Fran, I still really like this like chibification of their style too. And I don't know, I love the art on these cards. Look at this flowering cactoid. Look at that little plump little cactus. Look at Mont Blanc. Look at how happy. Dude, he's loving life. Alright? We got Ash. She's looking pretty... Like, I like that it's, like, simple, but I don't know. I just really like it. I just think it's neat. Look at this guy. Matsuda is the artist that gets me hyped. Dude, I love that everybody's got the artists that they like and look forward to seeing cards from. There's just so much cool art in this game, dude. Like, this is sick, too. Come on, Ryoma Ito, come on! Look at this. Look at this bird. Look at this chunk. I love his angry face in the top right of the card. Chaos Walker is my favorite summon to have, especially Hashmal. Dude, this, the Chaos Walker summon, I opened a full art of it and I was like, oh man, a full art of this card I'm not going to play, and I kind of dismissed it. But this card's actually sick. I actually kind of love this card. The more I play with it and the more I look at it, it's good in like a weird way, you know? Like, oh, they're gonna remove my guy? Actually, for 1 CP, no they don't, and I get a replacement guy. Like, little things like that are just neat ways to use it. Or be able to play another of a powerful guy you have on your side of the field. Yeah, it's insanely powerful. Really cool card. Denial, combos, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Target your backup Shantota to play another one? Yeah, dude. If Matisky was still here, he would have solved it. Yeah, he would have had this one all figured out for us, huh? I'll tell you, being on Beauty and the Geek changes a man. It changes a man in ways that we can never understand. What is he up to these days? He's probably, honestly, he's probably playing some other game and just being just as crazy about it. Is anybody following that journey at all? There's an Australian in chat. Where's RBX Sire? Is this Dancing Mad? Oh, Fox Kujira, I see you. I see you. Yes, this is Dancing Mad. Oh, we've got Zidane coming in. Yeah, I get dancing. I'll start dancing because I'm so mad when people get this wrong. No, it's Kappa. Zidane, he's looking at the top 2 cards. What are we milling? Oh, we D and a C. So when he comes in, he mills the top 2 cards of the opponent's deck. If they're the same element, he draws a card. And he's also giving those drums a little rat-a-tat-tat, okay? Can we appreciate Zidane he is wailing away on that snare drum, eyes closed. I don't recommend, if you are ever playing the snare drum, I think everybody around you will appreciate a little, like, finesse. Like, a little like, style, a little finesse. But my man looks like he's about to put a hole in the fucking top of that drum. Maybe I would chill out a little bit if I was... It looks like he really wanted to play, like, the gong, and this was all they had. I just want to bang on the drums all day. I mean, I feel that energy for sure. Cloud is carrying Kadaj into his place in the meta here. I just want the Wendigos to come back. Wendigos, what MBM don't? Something? We're just getting in there with lightning. I mean, that's fine. Did we kill something? We killed... Oh, wait, what? Yeah, let's choose a forward, break it. Why did this go to the damage zone? Oh, sorry, damage zone. Damage zone. Why did it go to the damage zone? Because this is the damage zone, not the break zone. I'm losing my mind. I was like, why did he break a backup? No, he didn't. It's just, it just goes over here. We got my boy 2 chickens out there. Yeah, dude, he's absolutely chicked up. Look at him. He's got that, dude. I love the fierce look and the zoomed in cluck of doom in the top. My boy, 2 chickens. Oh, and the fucking dinosaurs here too, man. The Pile Rasta. The Pile Rasta. Probably should have just let the no-no hang out and deep fried the chicken. Yeah. Absolutely cooked the chick. Because look what happened. We got re-no-no'd. Yeah. We got yes, no. Dinosaur. Yeah, dude. We're back. As in the dinosaur movie, we're back. Yeah, that is a big no-no. Freeing up the no-no. Yeah, I hear that. Nothing like playing 12 for the first time, going against Cluckatrice and getting destroyed. Thinking some chicken and its babies won't be that hard. Yeah, man. The hunts were intense in that game, actually. Absolutely intense. Like camping? I know the goddamn Cloud Sword song is coming up. I gotta prepare myself. Okay, so we're back to trying to stop the Lightning Wind deck from killing us out of nowhere. The thing is, we don't really know exactly what the Lightning Wind deck's capable of. It's not a super popular element combination, so I think a lot of these things are not things that pop into people's heads immediately when they think of how they're going to die. I mean, you got things like this Onion Knight is sick, right? This Limit Break 2 lets you play a DFF forward to 4 less from the hand onto the field when he dies. And you can just put him in the break zone to kill a guy. So you can like play this guy out of your limit break, kill a blocker, and then you play a guy from your hand for free. You use this to play some pretty sneaky guys too. The DFF, I think you can play the Astola and the Zidane, like 2 different really sneaky game-ending unblockable guys. I don't know that either of them are in here. I'm just saying there's a lot of really interesting options for the Onion Knight. No is turning sideways to get in for a point of damage. It's going to be another one of those lightnings. I wonder how many... So it's not like we've seen an abundance of Lightnings and Odins. I mean, there's a pretty normal amount of Odins in here. We see... I guess we do have the starter Lightning. Oh, a couple of them. I was going to say, how many Lightnings are really in here that we're taking advantage of this 6-drop Lightning's Enter ability, but it does seem like a good number. I'm surprised if you have certain ones in here that seem like they're just for, like... that maybe sometimes, but the name mostly, that we don't have some dual element, because there is the Lightning Wind Lightning. Having a few of those just to smooth out your discards and give you a couple like wild card pitches is pretty good. We need a Wendigo turn right about now, dude. How do we get the Wendigos back now in Lightning Wind when all 3 of them are in the discard pile? I mean, our opponent kind of helped us out earlier by putting the one back in our hand with Leviathan, but now all of our Wendigos are Wendigon, and we need to Wendigo get them back. We need to Wendigo to the polls. The Wendigos are Wendigon, aka let's make the goers goners. That's right. The Final Fantasy X fans know. Dude, we've got pockets full of dinosaurs over here. It's a little tricky because each of these little guys is not multiplay. So you get the gill snapper though. That's a face. I love the face on this turtle, man. It sure is a face. It's got big Genbu energy, man. What is going on there? Alright, the gill snapper comes down. And the Mon squad, the Mon stars are assembled. 2-drops are now getting a little bit of protection here from the gill snapper, which is kind of funny. We are tapping 3 MBM characters with Pinello and having Man in Black get sacrificed to the discard pile. I think it's really interesting that we played a Man in Black on the table in a world where we knew that that was going to happen immediately. We're going to shoot the Pinello with Odin here before our Man in Black goes. And we're going to say that the no-no can't attack this turn. Okay, sure. So we got a dinosaur coming over the finish line for 1 more point of damage, putting us to 3 is not so bad. June has to synthesize like 2 points of damage here, and honestly, if we had let the no-no attack and put us to 4 and we had hit any kind of favorable like EX or something, it would have been cool to potentially have the door open for lethal there if we had some sneaky fast guys. But is it this? Yeah, Clunkatress allowing us to animate the Power Aster at the end of the turn is pretty good, man. It's pretty good. We are playing Lulu and getting back an Odin, and I'm getting mentioned in what looks like the drop channel. Oh no, Irving, we didn't get a chance to see his deck, but that's okay, I understand. Thank you, sir. Looks like Greg took that one at table 2 with that Water Lightning deck, so we'll get to see a little bit more of that in the last round. Get to see a little bit more of that. Okay, nope, hold on, I'm aware, this is the cloud. Nope, I'm not letting it happen. I stopped it literally as it went to the Cloud song. My name is Cloud, I have the sword. Alright, see, look, I shouldn't even know that much of it. Oh, here we go. Classic prelude. Ah, soothing to the soul. That's all it is. That's all it needs to be. Alright. Welcome back to Final Fantasy on Wednesday nights. Ding! Pull up a chair and load your save with me. Hurdy, look at him. He's hailing the little Moogle cab or some shit, or he's just giving you the wave. Searching for MBM forward and adding it to hand. One of the better of the backups here. Of course, we love 3-drop EX burst backup tutors. We love them. Gonna go search our deck for any old Final Fantasy MBM character. And of course, it is funny that all of these characters you may be thinking, now I thought those were Final Fantasy 12 characters. Well, you're right, but they also all are in a board game called Moogle Bounty Mayhem, and the board game had all of this art commissioned for it, and so I guess they turned the board game into its own category. A lot of the other art that is in Final Fantasy TCG that was specifically drawn for other Square Enix board games, like the Crystal Hunt, the Chocobo Crystal Hunt game, which if you haven't played it, if you get the Chocobo Crystal Hunt, always get the dungeon like pack add-on. That game is actually so fun, but it has to get the little add-on. It kind of adds a missing mechanic to the game. But Chocobo Crystal Hunt is a lot of fun. They added all of that art into the game as category special. So it's interesting. I think special would have maybe been too strong because of the rules in title if they used all of this art. And I guess they didn't want to add all this stuff to Final Fantasy 12 because it's just a lot all at once. So they decided they would just kind of build it in a vacuum, and they actually released all of these cards to the game with their own category, MBM. So it's a little weird. Normally, we wouldn't see that from all these Final Fantasy 12 characters, but it does mean right out of the box, if you play every MBM card that came in this set together, You pretty much just have a deck, and that's exactly what we're seeing happen from the other side of the table here from Kurt. So it means that you could just go get like a box of this set, and you're pretty much ready to go. You're pretty much ready to go with a deck from MBM. And it's not a bad deck either. You got EX'd, so it's wife time. See you Sunday. Hey, I hear that, brother. I hear that. I take that so you mean coffee and bullshit on Sunday, and not you're actually gonna come up this weekend like you told me you were going to, you crazy man. You crazy man. Luckatris. Oh, Odin! We killed the monster with it when it turned into a forward. Ooh, sneaky, sneaky. No way! My man's he's got Odins for days! Oh, sorry, it's not Kurt. It's June on the left. I have the names up on the screen for you guys, but for me, I'm just staring at the game. June, dude. Slinging Odin, lightning, moving all of these cards out of the discard pile. Dude, she's fierce. She's slinging Odins. We've got Kurt is oh dude, look at Bosch. He's like stoic looking. Despite being this chibi little dude. Oh, and the results are getting put in here. Yeah, dude. The Lulu, the lightning able to dull. This lightning has closed out so many games, so we are able to Odin to kill the monster blockers, then are able to just get through, man. It's crazy. All of the removal from June. She's smart to hold on to these Odin. She had plenty of cards in hand. She's able to just go get these, kill those forwards, dull the blocker, and get across the finish line with the Lulu for damage 7. Love that. Love that. Go ahead and put the results in here for Table 1. So we've got June on this lightning. I love this lightning wind deck. We get to see more Wendigos in the finals this week, folks. I kind of love that. And then Greg is playing his like Olmia angled mono water, quote unquote mono water with a heavy lightning lean. I really like what he's doing with that. Like the 14 stuff that he's built into it is really cool. And I really want to see a little bit more of that deck too. So I'm excited to watch this finals tonight. I'm actually really interested in both of these decks from these players. But we do have one more game before we're done with round 2 at table 3. Excuse me. So let's go to table 3. And opening table 3. Oh, oh my god. Hi, Kato. That was so good. Because I was on the game. I didn't even have the preview up or anything. That you were standing in frame. Wave to the folks at home. Give them oh, hello. Hello. Oh man, Final Fantasy 11, what a time. Dude, you're so funny. Alright, what in the world is going on over here? Okay, Kato, I gotta switch over to the game. Oh, that's so good. Live in game. Go. I just like look over to my left and your face is like the entire screen. Oh, my transition button not working. There we go. That works. Sorry for the snap cut there. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's a whole lot going on this table. Alright, let's see. So we've got the Final Fantasy VII Ice Wind Crystals deck on the bottom. Oh, is that my phone? Buzzing and buzzing? It sure is. Why does an alarm... I have an alarm set up for 8:50. Oh, haha. I was taking a nap yesterday before I had to do gamer things at 9 o'clock. Alright. Cool. Oh, that was loud. Alright. So we've got the Icewind Final Fantasy VII Crystal stuff with like Marsh and everything. That's cool. Again, Marsh goes to damage. I would have liked to see this card see play. This is, you know what, guys? I think for Coffee and Bullshit on Sunday, our Sunday morning stream this weekend, I've been loving having Irving come by for those. I hope you guys have been enjoying those extra Sunday mornings, just playing a couple games. I think I maybe just want to put this guy in a deck because I think everybody's giving this card a lot of shit, but it's a legend, and I just haven't tried it. So I'm just gonna just like put it in the deck that it wants to be in and try to do the thing, you know? And we'll see what we can see. That's something that we'll build for Sunday, a Marsh deck. Okay, we've got on the other side of the table, Connor, what are you up to over here? Is this still 4-color Warrior of Light with like, is this like 4-color good stuff, that deck? I see Cecil stuff, so there's like Final Fantasy 4 things are happening. Sid Polendina, Cecil, Zeromus, which is a card I've seen. I saw a Japanese player on Twitter talking very highly about this guy and how he like lines up really well with a lot of things people are playing right now, so it's interesting to see some more Zeromus seeing play here. Yeah, and otherwise it seems like it's kind of a good stuff pile right now. A lot of limit breaks from the different colors. I think we should each just one card, and this Sunday we duel. Okay. we duel. We just go one-on-one on a card we like or something? Is that what you're saying? Would love a dev dive. Like, what qualifies a 3-drop category searcher backup? Have EX, e.g. Herdy, MBM, or not EX, Lumina Cat 13. So, I think that, I mean, obviously I'm not one of the devs. I do dev for other games and do like balance stuff all the time. So a lot of times it just comes down to like what the options are that are in the pool. For things that are really limited or specific, they usually get EXs, and the more generic they are, they usually don't for 3CP backup searchers. So like, even though he can search any MBM, it's only every MBM forward, and MBM forwards are limited to, it's just like this niche synergy, right, which they're obviously trying to push, so things like that. But you would see something like Sid Polendina. Also, they just didn't print a Final Fantasy IV searcher for a long time because of balance, because Golbez and other Final Fantasy IV cards were really powerful already and really didn't need kind of that like bump. You know, all category searchers are not created equal, because all categories are not created equal. They have different strengths, and the strengths are different at different times and different metas. So they keep their eye on that kind of stuff, and they just or communication from the devs in general, like in other games. I mean, they write articles and stuff all the time. They're just in Japanese. I say all the time, but they post some insights and some articles, and we get like, they talk about design stuff at least 7 times a set with card of the week a little bit. So we don't get as many, you know, but I think that kind of stuff it's very interesting for players, but it's hard, you know, because you also want to just kind of keep some of that mystery. I think that's good. I think a little bit of that mystique, and I think blurring the line a bit between like the people who make the game and the people who play the game is always just kind of like better for everybody. But you know, it's always interesting to get insights and learn. It's so interesting to hear how they design and what they do and how they land on some choices. To some extent, rarity too. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all that stuff comes into. I really don't want to talk too much about how. I mean, different games and different companies. I'm sure people all have different solutions, but usually, you know, there is a science, is as much as I'll say, I guess, behind a lot of those choices. Sometimes, as much as it's vibes based, some of it's actually also kind of based on some kind of math, formulaic, scientific type of stuff. A lot of times, so it helps guide you anyway, right? So we've got a widening board for wind and ice here. Now all three remnants are on the table, and Titus looks like he's lost once again in the wrong game. Needs to go back to his dream world, and we need to swap him out for a cloud. Then we're going to be set. We've got Yuffie from Advent Children, Yazu Kadaj, and Laz, all with the new art. I love how they've got the art here with the eyes kind of glowing blue on them. Like, they got those Mako infused eyes, and it's so cool, I think. Like, come on, that's some cool looking art. The full arts of these cards are gonna be sick. Where's that Wind Zach? Yeah, where's Wind Zach? Maybe he's hiding. Who knows, man? There's Seymour. There's Wedding Seymour, ready to go. He's still in the past. Oh, the Zach, yeah, he's stuck in the past. He's all the way back there. Just he's still looking for his girl, man. That's where he's at. Still no cards out there, huh? Dang, dude. And Oceania delayed again. I mean, I'll tell you, I will say this too, Arbisire. It's a bit of a pain to get things around the world right now, in general. So I hear ya. It sucks. It sucks, man. Things just kind of moving slow right now. I want another Final Fantasy just to make a Seymour, and it's a plant. Oh, just for little Shop of Horrors jokes. No pre-release yet either. Oh god, man, that sucks. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, unfortunately, it's usually all held up for the same reason, right? So, like, you'll get all of it at the same time, which isn't helpful either. But yeah, it sucks. Like, I know even though it is the pre-release and comes out before the release, a lot of times we like send the stuff at the same time. You know, people send the stuff together because they're related. It's just that the pre-release gets sent out. The distro ships that stuff like earlier because they're supposed to, and then you get this over the store, and the store can prep their orders, and yeah. All right, we've got all these forwards on the field, and we're not taking a lot of moves. We've got 6 minutes left in the round. And some players, I think, the competitive season is coming back, and some people need to remember their pace of play. We got to get back on the horse, folks. This is an unacceptable level of slow play coming from people tonight, but I get it. We're it's a little bit of new boot goofing. A little bit of new boot goofing. But we're just chilling. My locals have turned to EDH to bide our time. Oh my god, just because there's no FF to play, so we're in Magic World now. Doing the thing. Alright, we got Theodore. Finally, something has happened. Theodore has entered the field. He doesn't do a whole hell of a lot. If you have a Cecil or Rosa, which we do, you can pay a crystal to play him instead of like paying to play him, which we did. I'm just gonna type in here. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna remind you it's a 5-minute warning. We're looking at 6 months between sets. That's like COVID timing. Yeah, that sucks. That's awful. Did they ever pile up, or they just have all just been late like this for? Well, I guess if it's 6 months between them, the last one must have come a little bit closer to on time, and then this one's just late. I gave him the 5-minute warning, and I'll tell you, my man fast forwarded to the end of his turn. We'll see. So, all right, we've got a board that we've got. Let's discuss this a little bit. We've got an 8K Edge, we've got 9K Cecil, 9K Zeromus, 9K Theodore. We've got a big old squad. This Theodore is giving all the Final Fantasy 4 forwards plus 1K power. It's relevant. 9 is a really nice number. But the thing is, we've got a 9. We've got a 9. There's plenty of firepower on this side of the table. Yuffie can also use crystals to pump herself. We've got at least one, which makes her a 9. So we can check the 9s with our 9s. We've got 7s. He's got a 7. Like, it's still a big mess. One of these players still has to deal 7 points of damage. And the other guy's just waiting for him to turn one too many forward sideways so that he can kill him. So we've got to really solve this. If we're the wind ice player, we have to find a way to lock these guys down for an entire turn and then attack like basically for 2 turns worth of stuff. But I think we're in that weird spot we were talking about earlier. We're almost out of crystals. We've got all the best generators in the deck for crystals on the field. So where the hell are we going to get more crystals from? That's a little bit of the problem, right? We need them to make our stuff as effective as it needs to be, as it can be. But we've spent many of them, and we can't. So, like, we can't use Yazoo to dull freeze something because we want to keep the crystal for Yuffie pump. Where is Vaughn is a great question. I mean, there's just a lot of ways we could have had more crystals here. How many cards left in their decks? Here, let me go ahead and drag this up for you. Unfortunately, it's a lot. 26 and 18. Oh, we are seeing the Ritz limit break here for the first time, I think, this set on stream. Ritz limit break enters the field. Limit break 1, when she enters, gain a crystal. So that's pretty easy. Crystal on demand from the limit break is not so bad. We were just talking about how they kind of needed another crystal to get their shit going. So we have played the Ritz, we've gained the crystal, and now Spiritus is tapped. We're doing something else here. 3. And I enjoy mining for gold. Hey man, I absolutely hear you. That's we're all about that over here at the RVA Returners. Ooh, Sergei's is coming down. So we're actually, Sergei's is good because we can use him to dull it forward and then follow up with Kadaj to kill it. And then we still have the Yazoo to dull freeze it forward. But the thing is, Zeromus says that that's going to be very costly. So the thing is, if we try to do this, oh god, that's a lot. Because you're doing this on the Zeromus to dull him, and you have to pay the crystal. And if he pays the crystal, then he gets dulled. Okay, then you have to, what, pay a crystal to kill the dull forward? Except then you'd have to pay another crystal in order to... You need 3. I just don't think that we're going to be able to actually kill this. I think we're about to pay a bunch here. Did you just not pay the tax? He said, yeah. Okay, never mind. He's not. Okay. It's better than sinking the crystals into something not happening. So at least we just let that one ride. $905. Yeah, this was absolutely turn 0. Correct. P0. Is that one of the men from the hour-long game reminding us it's turn 0? Could just be something to make the bodies be enough. Well, that's exactly it. I think he's just going wide, right? Because he has however many turns and he has to deal 7 points of damage. It's got to come from somewhere. So finding 7 points of damage from 7 forwards seems like a good place to start. Seems like a bare minimum. I guess bare minimum is, 4 and 3, but bam, bam, boom. Potato. Is there hockey tonight? Is there hockey? I suppose if there was hockey tonight, you probably wouldn't be hanging out in here. Yeah, nope, tomorrow. Ooh. When do, playoff things start? No, it's okay. No, hey, none taken. It's a pleasure to have you. Oh, okay, we're attacking with Edge. We're getting in here. So Edge has got 8,000 power, so that's a little bit of a bait. We're just gonna take it? Okay, yeah, we're sure, whatever. Turn more of your guys sideways, please. Yeah, we're not gonna block that. He's up to something fishy over there. We just let that one ride. He's maybe, oh, well, he can just use Cecil to pump any Final Fantasy 4 character. That's the fishy thing that he's up to. That's the fishy thing he's up to. Okay, and we play King Tycoon. We're gonna go get Elena special. Mid to late. Oh, okay, cool. Oh man, okay. I guess I just figured because the thing got locked in. Now it was really close to the end. I guess it is really close to the end. This is, Jesus Christ, it is almost mid to late April. I was like, mid to late April. That's a few weeks away. Oh my God, guys, where does the time go? Where does the time go? So we've got 7 forwards, 1 shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Is this turn 1 now? Let me go ahead and make sure these guys always have got get hit with a T1. If we had an Ice Shantoto here, it absolutely would be. Wait, that's what just happened. That's what just happened. We just used Ice Shantoto. There it is. Dude, Sergio absolutely calling it. If we have the Ice Shantoto, it's game. That's why my man played out 7 forwards. Oh, and the Marsh! And the Marsh finally comes in. Dude, we get to see him do the thing. If you have 2 or more backups, he's got haste, baby. He sure does. Oh my goodness. Folks, just in case, we've got the Marsh. I mean, look, they're a deck with red cards in it. There's maybe EXs in here. Holy, dude, it happened. The Shantoto. So what just happened is this Shantoto, she gets all gigantic and has an ability that is the rarely seen ability on this card, but it is very cool when it happens. Her third ability is for just an ice and a regular CP, then a crystal, which of course we are making crystals in this deck. So it's cool that we get to use this part of the card. Remove Shantoto in your hand from the game. It was the last card in his hand. Then you dull all the forwards the opponent controls. So we are able to not even target them. We don't have to pay the Zeroma's tax. We can just dull the entire forward, the whole board. Realize this just now, this isn't Brian, yeah. They could have a Miwa, that's true. They've got we know that the last card in hand is Lena, and that they have this Lena, and they can't use the S. Although we did just hit the Kusith. Do we have a Miwa or something in there? Is there anything we can do? Although we do have a Sid Waff that's going to trigger after that happens. But it might be. We do have another card in hand. I mean, there's like a corner case, right? If there's Miwa in there, but otherwise, very cool how we're about to do all 7 damage in 1 turn. We dulled all 5 blockers with the Shantoto action ability, and very, very neat end of this game. Looks like it's about to come up here. Adding Kane back to hand, I mean, that is not going to be it. That is not it, gamers. Then we trigger Sid Waff. So he gets back to Kane and he says the Sid is on the stack, right? And that's true. I mean, he can play it with Edgar. That's pretty sick. Oh my god, and it activates all the characters other than Kane! Oh my god! Holy! Who needs the fucking Miwa? It doesn't matter. Oh, it's when he attacks. Oh my god, it's only when he attacks. Just kidding, this card is absolute ass. Oh my god, no, this card is so bad. Oh my god, oh no. This card is so bad. This card's a legend. Jesus Christ. This card didn't even see play in Opus 15. We tried. Oh man. He has all the right text and he just doesn't do anything. It's crazy. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and just we're using Yazoo to dull him. And I don't know what we're thinking about here. He did the Yazoo to dull freeze it. Are we done? Are we reporting? Hello? Bueller? Bueller? Where are we at? Octagon jank, they said, as a rip. Guys, he's 3 attacks. My game seems locked for some reason. Okay, so he dulls your guy. And then we're like 3. Okay, they're saying my game is finished. My cards are stuck on the board. It's like, okay, so then just pretend he's dull. Pretend he's dull. Yeah, okay. Yes. Alright, good game. Alright, that one's ready. We're square here. And now we're ready for the final round. Alright. That one was... Not even haste. Yeah, we didn't even get to attack with Marsh. 7 for JR and 5. Wait, who conceded? Wait, did JR concede? Wait, Sonimon, in any case, my gambit has failed, so I'm just going to concede. Wait, oh, because he couldn't pay for the Zeromus thing with the Yazoo? Is that what happened? Okay. He would have paid. He's trying to dull this, and then this says you have to pay extra, and he can't. So then the Yazoo gets checked by the Kane, another forward gets checked by the Kane, and then he dies. He can't do enough damage. He can only do 2 more damage, and then he dies on the crackback. Okay, wow. All right, I missed all of that because they just stopped doing stuff and they got kind of stuck. But he has no cards left. He has no crystals to pay the Zeromus tax, man. Zeromus getting in there. And oh, and Cecil too. Yeah, you can make it so he can't be targeted by these abilities too. And he can make it bigger. He can make it so it can't be targeted. He can pump whatever Kane blocks a Spiritus. You need a... So, it depends, because he either needs to... I guess, right? So yeah, he doesn't dull it. He just attacks and then he pumps whatever that thing is for 5. And then Kane goes for 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that's true. I think he still just gets there by doing that, right? I agree with you, Greg, but he conceded, so. Connor 7, JR 4. And that's backwards from how I had it. Okay, there we go. That's in. Alright. Dropping Irving. Carrying the last round. Yeah, I think he had that one, actually. Good point. June versus Greg is our finals tonight, folks. And we're firing it up right now. Let's go ahead and pair the next round. And my transition button is broken. Cool. Let's see. Well, we can just do hard cuts. That's what we're gonna do. Oh goodness, dude. Now now I've got a crowd, dude. We're getting fireworks. Oh, a refund? Oh, the peanut gallery. Well, I'll give you back every cent you've spent. Alright, we've got round 3 going up right now. June versus Greg is our finals. And I've got a lovely celebration of the finals happening here in Whitegate. Or not Whitegate, oh my goodness. Rulude Gardens. We've got fireworks. We've got mascot characters. Look at this Mandragora. I transitioned twice fast earlier and it just like stopped working. And I just don't feel we've got literally one more transition to do tonight, and we're just gonna hard cut. We're going into the finals here. The players. I've got another drop, brother. Well, I'll tell you what. There's nothing really left to drop from. I guess Kurt, you get a buy. Sorry, brother. Alright. Pairing's going up. Players. I'll tell you what, you guys haven't had me out. You guys haven't had me up past 9 in a while. But here we are in the finals. We've got Greg versus June, so this is gonna be really neat. I like both of these decks. I'm excited to see this finals, and I've really enjoyed what we've seen from this set so far here on stream. Oh, a moment of stylish elegance. Look at how elegant we are. Look at the Mandragora Brigade. A Mandragora. That makes my record for tonight 2-1. There you go. Oh my goodness, I'm so close to getting my Black Mage wings. I don't have Black Mage wings, chat. It did just look like I did there for a second. I haven't switched the scene yet because I haven't opened the game yet. We're still admiring our wings. Look at those Black Mage wings. Alright, I'm switching over now. How could we switch when there is such beauty to admire in the world of Vanadil? Alright, live. Oh, sorry, no. No. I am also playing something else in the meantime. That's my secret, Cap. I'm always playing. Alright, we are all square. I love the Juno crowd, but you are free if you would like to be free for your evening to do whatever activity you were going to do. We will not be. This is our final game for the evening. No more in between scenes. We are here watching the finals. We've got June versus Greg. June up top playing this new kind of wind lightning angle. I'm really into it. And then Greg also playing. So Greg actually reached out to me when the set first came out, because he knows how much, I mean, on this stream I've talked about how much I love 60p Ash. So was like, hey, I'm kind of working on this Olmia Ash thing where it's kind of like mono watery, and I think you'll be into it. And he was absolutely right. We watched it on the first few streams. We've seen him tweaking it over these few weeks, and I love this kind of evolution of it that he brought tonight. He's got this really clever angle with the Final Fantasy XIV stuff, with almost all Final Fantasy XIV backups, able to get the haste on the Zalul Jaw, able to take advantage of Thancred and stuff. It's really interesting. And then meanwhile, June, she's got this awesome lightning wind deck together that's taking advantage of Wendigos, man. And I don't know if Greg has had that spoiled for him yet or not, but man, I want to see the Wendigo windmill slam here any minute. I need the Wendigo windmill. Hey, Blink, your stylist? I don't have stylist. What are you talking about? I don't use any of that nonsense. Alright. Larsa, Lena, Thornton. So we're actually, we're weirdly far away from the Final Fantasy XIV backup setup that we've seen in these other two games. The first game we saw Loperet into Urianger, into Thornton, into the freebie backup. This game we started Thornton, actually went seeking Lena, Larsa as a follow-up here, and we are quite empty on Final Fantasy XIV characters, and also low on cards in hand. We did Cloud to break. What forward did we kill with this Cloud that felt so scary that we went for the Limit Break Cloud that early? Did we? Oh, we just did a neutral play Limit Break Cloud. Is that kind of like the world we were in early? I maybe missed the very first turn. That seems horrible. I hope that's not what happened. We've got Wendigos. They did come out. They've been windmill slammed onto the table. We've got the full squad here, ready to tear through the opponent. I absolutely love, dude. They got the giant skull frost club. This old Amano art, and they're just ready to lay waste. But Zoral Jaw! Now, we have the Urianger, we have Zoral Jaw, and we have Thornton. We need one more Final Fantasy XIV character. He counts himself. We need one more FF14 character, and then he can get that kill. He gets the haste, and then he can snap one of these Wendigos off on the attack. Oh, that's all we've got? We're just chilling? Moving to the attack phase, and actually offering a Cloud. Wendigo has only 7,000 power, so Cloud is able to just kind of clear that. Now, I think Cloud staying active on our side of the field, like, did getting that 1 point of damage in do a whole lot for us? Would we have rather had Cloud prevent 2 attacks from Wendigos here? I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think if you're the Water Lightning player here, you realize that the other person's like the beatdown and you just have to stabilize. So sneaking in these early points of damage doesn't feel like it does as much for you as making sure that you stabilize. But we also might be in a situation where Greg is a deck that draws a lot of cards. Like water decks, a lot of times, if they can get the damage in early, they want to, because they deck themselves in so many situations in a lot of games. And that's like the worst way to lose, is just by drawing through every card in your deck and you never quite got your game plan off the ground, you know? Good luck to the gamers going to do their weeklies. Out in Old Town Asia, they need your help. They need your help. Ooh, Wendigo. See, now here's the thing, right? They cleared. We could have. I'm doing my part. I literally used that meme yesterday or today. I sent that to somebody. They were able to play Cloud from Limit Break and clear our blocker, and then the Wendigos got in for 3 points of damage. And I think if we had not attacked with Cloud, like, was putting that Moogle in damage really worth 1 point of damage really worth taking 2 of our own? Oh, also the Final Fantasy XI gamers can appreciate this. So this came out many years ago. This is like a card from 2018, 19 in Final Fantasy TCG. But I love this card so much because it just has perfect Moogle flavor. This is the Moogle from your Mog House, Moogle 11, and his special ability is that if you have a second copy of him in your hand, you can use his special ability to search your deck for any card and put it in your hand. So he just searches your storage for any card. I kind of love that. And a little thing, a tiny, like, it's a silly additional piece of flavor. But the fact that decks in Final Fantasy TCG are 50 slots, basically, and so he searches your 50 slot storage for something and gives it to you is just fun, kind of like on the nose Moogle 11 flavor. I really like that. Yeah, find my pet biscuits. He could, if you had pet biscuits in your deck, you could find them. He will retrieve it for you. That's what his special ability is, retrieve. If you had 2 Moogles, you could find your goddamn pants. That's right. That's the problem, is you don't have the second Moogle in Final Fantasy XI. He needs the second Moogle to activate his ability. Otherwise, he can just kind of be sort of helpful. Alright, so the Wendigos are, I mean... They are doing what they do best and turning sideways to threaten damage. We've gotten our opponent up to 5. The Wendigos have dodged most Odins. They are now because now we're playing this, like, oh god, we're playing this little game. Like, you're sneaking into damage. I was too busy talking about Moogle 11. I literally like panned past him when he covered up the card, but Odin was the next point of damage that we did when we swung with Cloud. So Cloud again did not block another 2 Wendigo attacks, right? And then not only that, but we hit the EX and it killed one of our dudes. And yeah, now Ash is gonna kill that. We might stabilize here finally. But the fact that they were able to get us to 5 is kind of terrifying. Like, I feel like we could be sitting here at like 3 damage, and then we would have stabilized and we'd be starting to convert damage over here. Like right now, this turn we'd be hitting for the first damage. But I don't know, June with 7 cards in hand in a lightning deck. I don't know. If these 2 points of damage happen this turn, I wouldn't be like so shocked. It's gonna take a lot because we've got a whole lot of nothing in play right now. But 7 is a lot of cards, and purple decks have a lot of haste. You know what I'm saying? I think you gotta respect it in this kind of situation. You gotta respect it. Or at least you have to respect the potential. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so lightning comes down now. This is the new lightning from this set. I mean, there's a couple, but this is the new hero lightning from this set. She's 6 CP. When she enters the field, you reveal the top 5 cards of the deck. You add all Odins and Lightnings among them to your hand. Return the others to the bottom of the deck in any order. So, it has the potential to add Like, it's all the card name Odin is the Lightning. So you can get a full refund on this card and then some if you really want to. Got some fat Chocobo energy. Now, obviously, your deck can't be too full of Lightnings and Odins, because then you don't have a whole lot to do. I mean, now, some players may actually be filling their deck with an absurd amount of Lightnings and still getting away with it, but she does have this cool second ability that when she enters the field or attacks, you can discard a card. When you do, you choose the forward and break it. If you discard a Lightning, you draw a card. Or Lightning or an Odin, you draw a card. Oh, but see, now here's the Olmia. So Olmia, I really like how we've been seeing this card see a lot of play tonight. This is in both decks in the finals tonight, this Olmia. Searches for a 6-drop, so we add another Lightning to our hand, but then we use her free ability to give a forward of 6 or more haste. So this Lightning is able to attack. We're able to discard another card from our hand and kill one of the forwards. So we kill the Lunafreya blocker. We put the 6 point of damage on the board, and now we're only 1 point of damage away. Only 1 point of damage away from dying. And I never put Greg and June's names up on the board. But we are only 1 point of damage away from dying. And I can't help but think of, like, it was doing the damage early really worth taking that extra damage for free with Cloud, and it feels like no. Those Wendigos got in a lot of early white hits, man. I'll tell you. The scary boys. Now, I didn't see any like 5+ or like 6 cost synergy stuff in June's list here, but it would also be cool if there was like a wall or something hiding in here. But of course, so the 6-drop synergy beyond Olmia, I mean, I just mean that there are synergies in Wind and Lightning that are like for expensive cards. Olmia does search those 6-drops and then gives them haste, so it's cool because she can also get the Cloud. So it's Cloud, Wendigo, Lightning, a lot of really interesting targets for Olmia here. This is an Olmia deck, it seems like, actually. I wonder if you just don't really play enough backups at that high cost to make it so that wall is always worth playing. And he's a 5, so he doesn't have the synergy with Olmia. Maybe completely unnecessary thing I'm talking about here. You can give the edge haste too. Well, it makes this edge limit break so much better with Olmia, right? Because you get this, you give him haste. That's cool. Using Lena S ability here in main 1. Lightning? Yeah, Lightning comes in. Yeah, Greg, we saw Greg do this earlier today. This is him just trying to prevent lethal from happening. June goes to leave main 1 and go to attack phase. Once we get into attack prep, we see Greg use the Lena S ability so that Lightning comes into play. When Lightning comes into play, she dulls a forward, so she dulls this other Lightning. We've got Lightning on Lightning hate crimes happening out here. When she dulls the Lightning, it means Lightning can't attack this turn, so we're taking one attacker off the table, and the Olmia can't clear Cloud because 7,000 power, obviously, is less than 8. So we did successfully, wow, we completely stuffed the turn with that. Wow, and now we get the Odin. So June's entire turn was, let's go to attack phase and see if he has anything, because I have, you know, a check on the table. I basically have win on the table if he doesn't have anything. We use the Lena ability, get the Lightning in, prevent his attack, draw a card to replace the Lightning that we, you know, and then to replace the Lena rather that we spent, and that just skips the turn. So June does bank 2 cards per turn, didn't really commit a whole lot to that, just went to attack phase. But this is exactly what Greg's looking for. I mean, he's able to completely survive that turn. He's able to build up another backup here. He's able to get these Alizé out. We're way past damage 3 now, so he gets to also add 2 cards back to his hand here from the break zone, and he's just gonna have so much action here. He gets his Thancred and the Zoral Jaw. Oh my goodness, dude. I mean, we got this close. We're like one card away. But no, we are absolutely exploding back here. Zoral Jaw comes in. We're going to just go right to attacks. We have 5 Final Fantasy 14 characters right now. Oh, but there is a Lightning EX, so we'll step through all this. There's so much happening right now. So Zoral Jaw comes in. He has haste. He attacks. He gets to break the forwards, not only because it's his normal ability, but also because it's damage 5. Now, Lightning EX happens. We get to choose a forward of 4 or more and just break it straight up. So we're going to use Lightning to snap the Olmia off. Oh, sorry, no, that's what died from our other cast. Sorry, that kills the Alize. So Alize dies. Lightning can still attack here if she so desires, but now we're right here again getting scared because Greg is like at 6 damage. June, she's got 4 cards in hand, so we're sitting here thinking, well, did we draw for Lena? Hold on. Yeah, I think so. It says draws a card. Yeah, he did. Show you in the old right here. Good looking out though, chat. Appreciate you. Bum 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 bum. So we are just going to play more blockers. I think this is smart from Greg. We don't attack with the Lightning. We play a Gilgamesh. We remove a couple things from the discard pile because we're trying desperately not to die. Now we're pitching a bunch of stuff to do this Odin. It's interesting. Is this stuff we want in the discard pile for some reason, or? Maybe we want to put that Lightning there, or I don't know. Because we had so many cards, why did we feel the need to pitch to kill Odin there? So we dull pitch Odin to start the turn. Oh no, at the end of his turn. At the end of his opponent's turn. And then drew 2 cards. Huh. To not float the 1, I guess? Interesting. I feel like I would be happier to have more cards in my hand just to be able to pay for hopefully some better options, right? We need to kill more than one thing. We're still looking at death. And now we don't have a whole lot of cards to pay for anything bigger or better here. I mean, this is how it goes, right? Anybody who's not familiar with the old Who's the Beatdown, formative article, I really suggest you go read. It's a super interesting way to look at game theory, right? But it's basically like, hey, one person in every situation, in every PvP situation, you cannot both be attacking. Like, the nature of it is someone's attacking and someone's like defending, kind of like somebody is the person who's the aggressor and somebody's the person who's playing to stabilize and then win in the late game, right? And you can't both be that person, because what happens is one person's always going to be faster than the other guy. So like what happens is sometimes you think you're both that person, but what that really just means is whichever one of the two of you is slower is not, you know? So like in the situation, like, okay, if we're both aggro players, we both have aggro decks, but you're going faster than me, if I try to just go faster than you, I'm just gonna die. So like I have to try to build my resources and then try to be able to do things that are bigger than the sum of their parts later by combining multiple pieces together. So it's who's the beatdown is the person who's kind of being the person who's trying to win by aggressing. And then the other person is usually like more of a mid-range or control type of strategy, is trying to survive the onslaught of the beatdown player until they can basically pivot and they can like take control and they can become the player who's fighting to win. Not always is it right for both players to just be going full-blown aggro on damage for each other, which is why I was saying earlier, when Greg identifies that he's the player who has to slow down and take control of the game, right? He's not the beatdown player. He didn't really need to be swinging those attacks, because like swinging those attacks and hitting things like Odin's is one of the ways that he was going to set himself back and give June free advantage. Now, June, she's doing exactly what she's supposed to be doing and trying to just put the pressure on at all times to just get that 6th point, because once you lose control of a game like this to Greg, like the way that Greg's board is, as long as Greg identifies the right threats and plays carefully, it's going to be really hard for June to get through Greg's board. So the only other thing he would have to be worried about is like time, but he's got 17 cards in his deck and he's got plenty of time left in the round. So I think Greg has successfully stabilized here. So now what June has to do is, well, 1, survive, but 2, look for the smallest possible path to an opening for that 7th point of damage. If it's like kill 1 forward, dull 1 forward, have 1 haster, like that, we're talking about finding those kinds of elements and like constructing that victory turn. See, so now there's 3 forwards, so it has to at least look like dull 2 forwards, kill 1 forward, or kill 2 forwards, dull 1 forward. And it's starting to get harder and harder to do on a turn where we're going to start with 4 cards in our hand. That's the reality of running out of steam, though, running out of gas. Just kind of how it happens. You got all that gas front loaded, you got all that power, you put them up to 6, and then the game stopped. They're already dead. A completely superfluous 7 CP Fail Thanos has entered the field, and now things are just, I mean, it's already over. Now, the funny thing is, like, this guy is just a 7 CP, a very expensive blocker, because almost every single removal effect that we have in this deck is on a 6 CP guy, right? It doesn't matter what we played, because I think June can't. Yeah, Sid reigns, man. So we're going to break Fail Thanos, and we're going to break Zoral Ja. Oh, never mind. It's when he attacks, you choose it forward and break it. And he breaks it forward to 4 or less when he enters, so he just ignores Fail Thanos. Yeah, that feels great when you play Fail Thanos for 7 CP, and he doesn't do anything when he enters the field, and then your opponent, the first thing that they do is they just play a forward that kills one of your little guys anyway. 1000 power and first strike was supposed to stand in the way of all these cards, but in fact Kukulane is going to prevent that. Answer my funny judge call. I'm sorry. Did you tag me or the judge roll? If he has no crystals, can Kane enter my field? What do you mean, dude? Which Kane? There's Hooded Man is card named Kane in all situations, dude. No, Caesar not, but you can't play them at the same time. The green Kane? Can he enter your field? What do you mean if he has no crystals? Hold on. Like, yes, the whole point of him is that he switches control. Oh, while you control Hooded Man. Okay, hold on 1 second. That's a good, yeah. 1 second. Hooded Man says, you cannot play Hooded Man or card named Kane while already in control of either character. You're not playing him. Yeah, he can. Yes. Because he doesn't actually have the language that says he's whoever in all situations. He just has the language that says you can't play one of them while you control the other one. But you're not. You're not playing him. He's just simply like your opponent played him. He's just changing fields. You're gaining control of him, which the card does not prevent you from doing. So very funny, fun little judge question. But yeah, you sure can. What a fun... we got to make that ruling tonight. That wasn't on my bingo card. Opus 15 Kane versus Hooded Man. Opus 17 Hooded Man. Alright, man. Yeah, he's got 17 things on the field, I think. Yeah, there it is. The Alizé, the Ash to kill the blocker, and converting for the 7 point of damage. Very cool. I love this deck. This deck is very cool. I mean, the Fail Thanos can be anything else. But I like, look, hey, I'm just a hater, dude. We like Water Lightning decks. We like Olmia decks. I really love that both of these decks in the finals tonight were Olmia decks. So cool. Congratulations to Greg for taking it with a super neat idea. Also, congratulations in general just to June. This deck idea is really neat. I love this concept. Both these people. I love these decks. That's it for us tonight, folks. We will be back next week. Oh, we'll be back Sunday. We'll be back Sunday morning with Coffee and Bullshit. If you haven't been tuning in, Sunday morning, Irving and I brought back an old RVA Returner stream segment, Coffee and Bullshit. It's back. Sunday mornings, for the past few Sundays, for the new set, we've been exploring new deck ideas and new cards on Sunday morning. We play bad decks, we have a good time, and we drink some tasty coffee. So stop by Sunday. It's usually about 10 o'clock Eastern. If you haven't already, you can check out the VODs from the last few Sundays. We play all kinds of weird and wacky stuff. I find out that I really like the Prish from this set that I thought I wouldn't like at all. I find a couple of cards I don't like at all that I thought would be cool. So all kinds of neat stuff that we find when we just get to poke around with some bullshit. So Coffee and Bullshit is back. You can check that out on Sunday morning. Otherwise, we will be back next Wednesday with our weekly number 330. We will see you there. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. As always, take care, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. 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 Bye.